Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Pokemon Soul Silver. When I last left you guys, we spent some considerable amount of time talking about individual and effort values, and I also finished up the Sprout Tower. We're here today to catch an Ekans, apparently? You know, I've never used an Ekans or an Arbok. I don't know if they're really any that good. Poison types, unfortunately, are not spectacularly useful in this generation. Mostly because, well, there's only one thing they're good against, and that's grass, and there's very few things that are a singularly grass type. Most things, in fact, are actually grass and poison type. Chikorita is the exception to that, as well as something like Tangela is also just grass. Really? Didn't even shake at all? But yeah, unfortunately, poison does not have a whole heck of a lot of usefulness. They are nice because, well, poison is a very effective status condition as far as just being able to whittle down your opponent a lot quicker, and poison types obviously resist poison, or are immune to it rather, but you know what, so do steel types. So I think I'd rather use one of those if I'm being totally honest with you. There we go, we got ourselves an Ekans. Ekans and Arbok actually do have a signature move that nobody else gets in the form of Glare, which is a paralysis-causing move, kind of like Thunder Wave, but it's not affected by, or not resisted by Pokemon that are immune to Thunder, so like ground types. Actually, I don't know if it's exclusive to Ekans and Arbok anymore. I think there might be something else that gets Glare nowadays. I don't know for a certainty, but yeah, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, there definitely are other things that get. Oh, this one has Intimidate. If I'm gonna raise an Ekans, I'd rather have one with Intimidate. That's actually an incredibly valuable ability. This one's also seems to have better stats. Although the last one we fought was level... This one, actually, no, the last one we fought was a higher level than this. Heck yeah, we're gonna go this one. This will be my snaky lady here. As long as I don't critically hit and kill it. Oh, that was close. Yeah, I definitely would prefer an Ekans or Arbok with Intimidate. That's a very valuable ability. What does that do? So, you'll notice that as soon as we went into combat, that thing dropped my attack stat by one stage without even doing anything. That's what Intimidate does. As soon as you go into battle with it, it drops your attack because you're scared of it. That's the idea anyway. It does not have much effect on Pokemon that use their special attack stat over their physical one. But, I mean, most things, especially early on in the game, will use their physical attack over their special. Let's see if I can't find a Bellsprout while I'm lurking in the grass here. Because this is nighttime and not daytime, I think there's actually going to be Whoopers in the grass, believe it or not. I don't need this thing either. You know, I've never used a Whooper or Quagsire. That's actually a reasonably decent typing that thing's got, water and ground. It's only really weak to grass, even though it's really weak to grass. But I mean, a case can be made that that's a halfway decent Pokemon to train. We might end up doing that, we'll see. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, whoa, geez, I almost one-shot that silly thing. Alright, mental note, we're catching this thing this time, not trying to kill it. So I'm going to throw a Pokeball at it before I forget about that. And looks like I'm going to need to run back to town to grab more of these, because I'm almost out. It's amazing how quickly you burn through Pokeballs just capturing things. And I am remiss in not looking at the stats and natures of the Ekans that I just captured. We should probably do that to see if they're worth using. Grass and poison. Yep, as I mentioned, this thing is... There's very few things in the way of singular grass types in this game. In any game, really, any Pokemon game, there's very few mono grass types. They're usually grass and something else. And unfortunately, grass is not a very great typing. It's got a lot of weaknesses, but it is got some very key resistances as well. So it's definitely valuable to have one on your team, but it's not a great idea to rely on it. I guess certain situations where grass is fantastic is the likes of Ferrothorn from Generation 5. That thing is an absolute monstrosity. Virtually unkillable. It is grass and steel type. So it actually removes all of each of their respective weaknesses with the exception of fire, which they are both weak to. So Ferrothorn is very allergic to fire. But other than that, holy smokes, is that an amazing tanky Pokemon. Sadly, it is not accessible in this game, but that's okay. So this one is a serious nature and has Intimidate. So serious is a neutral nature, which is good. This one has Shed Skin, and it has a quiet nature. What does quiet do? Special attack up. Yeah, we don't need that. That's not going to be useful. So we can probably dump this one in the box. I am going to keep the other one around, though, because Intimidate sounds useful, and it's neutral nature, so I'll keep that. This one's also neutral, but again, I'm not using Bellsprout because we've already got a good grass type. I think we will use Ekans. I think that'll be cool, at least for a little bit. We'll see if Ekans can do some work here. It's going to be interesting to train, though. I don't think it learns a lot of diverse moves. Mostly poison, and I think it learns like Bite and Crunch and that kind of a deal, so there's some good dark typing there. That'll be nice. Especially since I'm not going to be able to use the likes of Growlithe, because that's my favorite Pokemon, and I don't get to use it because I always do. Oh, Pokeballs. We need Pokeballs. Thank you for reminding me, Self, that we need Pokeballs. Thankfully, the Mart's right here. And I've got some prize money from going through Sprout Tower, so I should be able to buy a decent slot of them. Let's see here. Potions, antidotes, paralyze heals. We finally have ourselves a TM. This is TM70, which is Flash. TMs are interesting. They're basically one-time use move tutors. So the TM, it stands for Technical Machine. I know, right? But it looks like a CD. Anyway, you use TMs. You can teach one time a Pokemon a move that it might not otherwise learn. Flash, all it does is reduce a Pokemon's accuracy in battle. However, outside of battle, it illuminates dark caves. And that's actually great for Dark Cave. Imagine that. Which we actually ran right by earlier. We can go back out that way and try to get some things in there, but I don't think there's anything valuable to capture in Dark Cave. Well, we can sell this. We don't need that garbage. There is Dunsparce to capture in there, but it's very rare. And Dunsparce, honestly, isn't all that great or useful. There are Zubats in Dark Cave, but I use Zubat a lot because I like Crobat quite a bit, so I'm not going to be able to train one. You know, I might just buy a bunch more Pokeballs. Let's buy another slew of 10 of them. It's going to be all my money. But that'll be 21 Pokeballs and 3 Premier Balls. My mom is still saving my money, so if I really need some cash on the road, I can always run home and get the... You can actually withdraw your saved money that she has for you. Or whatever she's holding on to, which is kind of... She's like a bank, basically. She has like your tax withholdings, you know, as a 10-year-old, because you totally have taxes you need to worry about. It's strange that you don't, because everything in the Pokemon universe, apart from the Pokemon, like, you know, they've got universal healthcare for Pokemon. That's got to be expensive. It's probably all funded with taxpayer money. I'm not sure how that works when you don't pay any taxes as a 10-year-old boy. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. I don't quite understand how that situation even works, so what's the point in speculating about it? It's not really all that consequential. I'm trying to think what else is available through this route. Like I said, I do believe there are Whoopers and Quagsires in this grass, and if that's the case, I would like to get one of those, because that would be nice to have. And I am going to want to try to train up my Ekans a little bit. Trying to build my Chikorita up into a decent tank here. Ooh, Synthesis. Nice. Can't learn more than 4 moves. So here's the thing. When every Pokemon knows or is about to learn a new move, they learn new moves based on what level they are, by the way. And actually, if a Pokemon evolves, they will learn their moves later. And some of them may even learn different moves depending on what evolutionary stage they're at. So we have to make room for Synthesis if we want it. I definitely do want it because this thing allows it to heal itself. Apparently it heals more depending on the weather. What that means is if there's a weather-based effect like Sunny Day or Rain Dance in effect, Synthesis will heal either more or less depending on that. If you have Sunny Day up and use Synthesis, it basically fully heals you. Because, I mean, of course it does. We can probably drop Growl. We're not even really using that, so we'll just get rid of Growl and drop in Synthesis instead. Then we've got a physical move, a physical normal move. We've got Vine Whip for stab. We've got Poison Powder for status. And now we've got healing with Synthesis, which is great. Pretty well-rounded Chikorita so far. I'm going to go ahead and put Ekans in my first slot so we can train that sucker up a little bit. Again, I'm not sure how useful this thing is going to be. I've never used one. This is going to be a learning experience, folks. There it is. There's a Wooper. Perfect. I do want that. Let's see if we can't... Oh, there we go. Intimidate. Perfect. This thing might know special moves anyway, but let's see if we can Poison Sting it first. We're not going to do much. Oh yeah, and it resists it because ground is resistant to poison. But I poisoned it. Got my 10% chance there. Mud Sport. That is a largely useless move. All it does is weaken the power of electricity, which Wooper is immune to. And does not care about. At any rate, let's go ahead and wrap this sucker. Probably could have leered it too to get some more damage on it, but I think with the poison effect up, we're not going to need to worry about that quite so much. Now we're about to be double dipping the damage because I'm going to hurt it periodically every turn with Wrap, as well as it taking damage from being poisoned. So this thing's going to get whittled down pretty quick. I am going to go ahead and leer it, though. Just once. And I'll drop its defense as well as its attack. You see he Water Gunned me a second ago. Water Gun is not affected by my Intimidate because it is a special move. But thankfully... Oh, jeez! Alright, so that is a thing that just happened. Critical hit, Water Gun, and all that. So, what do you say we switch to something that doesn't take a lot of damage from water, that being grass? So Ekans doesn't die in the process here. That's unfortunate already. I really want this Wooper, though. And I guess the Wrap effect is no longer in effect because, well, Ekans isn't on the field anymore. We'll go ahead and whip a Pokeball at this thing. Yeah, Wooper Quagsire is a pretty interesting combo. I don't know that they're super fantastic stat-wise, but their typing on them is fantastic. Water and Ground, again, only has one weakness, really. In fact, I do think it only has one weakness. Yeah, that's Grass. That's it. That's all it's weak to. Water Fish Pokemon. Covered in a slimy, poisonous film. Delightful. Alright, we got ourselves a Wooper. Let's take a look at it. Oh, yeah. So that Wooper I just captured is still poisoned. So until I make it to the Pokemon Center, every few steps we take is going to continue to take it damage on the field. I don't think it actually dies anymore. Jolly nature, you don't say. Drop special attack in favor of speed. I don't think Wooper is supposed to be a particularly fast Pokemon, as indicated by its abysmal speed already. So I'm not sure that's a great nature to have on it. Maybe I'll try for a different one. But I'm going to go heal up real quick. Wooper's probably going to faint on the way there as a result of the poison. Oh yeah, if you get them down to 1 hit point, the poison magically stops and they don't faint anymore. But in the old generations, if you had a Pokemon that was poisoned in the field, they would continue to get hurt as you walk and they would eventually faint. So yeah, not fun. Strangely enough, Burn also has periodic damage over time during combat, but it does not do that outside of battle. I'm not sure why Poison does and Burn doesn't, but what the heck do I know? At any rate, let's move on. So I think we're going to go, well, you know what? Let's take a look at the gym real quick. I'm going to see if we can get Ekans trained up a little bit. Maybe we'll worry about Wooper some other time. So here we have the Violet City Gym. Who is this guy? This guy is in front of every gym. He says you're a champ in the making. He's going to give us some advice. Grass type is weak to flying type. Yep, so don't use Chikorita. That's all he has to say. Whoa. Alright, so we fly all the way up here. You see there's a couple of trainers in our way, and then at the back is Faulkner himself. So we got to go through these schmucks to get to him. We actually don't. We can actually circle around the sides you see there with those glass-looking transparent tiles. But I prefer to battle every trainer I can to get the extra experience. It's just very valuable, especially early on. Bird Keeper Abe. Interesting name you got there, Abe. Send out our Ekans to intimidate this sucker. Very valuable on a Spearow. But we're still a little fragile, so I'm going to bring out I'm going to bring out my own Spearow instead. How about that? Probably going to be relying on my own Spearow a lot for this gym, since Chikorita's a bad idea. It's going to growl at me. I'm not sure how a bird growls. I think birds don't generally do that, but what the heck do I know? We'll Fury Attack him. So Fury Attack also benefits from same type attack bonus because Spearow is normal as well as flying. Oh, come on with the growling nonsense. He's just dropping our attacks so we do less and less damage. And I missed. Perfect. And we get pecked. Perfect. Come on with this. This is some hot garbage. Fury Attack's got like a 90% hit accuracy rate. Here's the thing with accuracy in this game. If it's not 100%, it may as well be 50%. Like, seriously, it's that bad. Anything less than 100% is gonna miss a lot. I don't know why it does that. But honestly, like something like Hypnosis, which has a 55% accuracy rating, may as well be like 20%. It's terrible. And even Tackle with 95% may as well be like 50%. It's just super bad. The way they calculate accuracy in this game is not spectacular. Let's put it that way. So we'll get Ekans some extra experience. Not enough to get a level yet, but sent some to Mom. So we're probably not going to be able to utilize Ekans too much for the actual gym leader himself. In fact, he might be too tough for me at this stage in the game, but we'll give it a try. He's only got 2 Pokemon. I think he's only got a Spearow and his Pidgeotto. But having an evolved Pokemon at this stage is going to give him a definite advantage. One that we're just going to have to try and see if we can match. A Pidgey. How adorable. I will immediately intimidate that sucker. Let's see if we can't poison him. With Poison Sting. Sand Attack, you jerk. Now if I was using Pidgey, that wouldn't have done anything. Alright, you know what? Forget this nonsense. We're going to bust out Spearow and go to town. Honestly, level 4 Ekans probably isn't going to have a lot to do against a Pidgey anyway. So, yep, Sand Attack does not work on Spearow because he has that Keen Eye ability, which prevents his accuracy from going down, which is fantastic. Looks like I got a decent Fury Attack hit here. So Fury Attack will hit between 2 and 5 times. Anything more than 3 is very rare. 5 especially is quite rare. There we go, level 5 Ekans. And what else has he got? Another Pidgey, huh? Level 7. Well, let's bring Ekans back out so we can benefit from the XP. And I'll also get to drop the Intimidate on him from him switching in. So we can further drop his attack stat. You can actually do that endlessly. You can keep switching in Ekans and keep dropping his attack, which is really funny. Let's see if we can't poison this one. Apart from him tackling the crap out of me. Now, Poison Sting's only got a 10% chance to poison. It's not especially high. But any chance is nice because it just gives you another extra little bonus, so to speak. I think I'll go ahead and Leer him. You jerk with the sand. So that'll drop his defense a bit. I'll try one more time with the poison. If this doesn't poison him, I'm just going to switch to Wrap. And, like, stun lock him, so to speak. Actually, it doesn't stun lock like it used to back in the day, but... yeah, we'll go ahead and Wrap. I can take one more tackle from him. Unless I can't hit him now because of the stupid sand. Nope, I got him. Gotta be careful. If he critically hits me, then I am gonna die. And it would be very unfortunate to lose my Ekans after having him be in and doing all this damage. I might need to switch him out anyway, because if that sand keeps happening, then I'm not going to hit anything. So yeah, we're going to switch out, I think. I'll let it go one more time. I know I'm gambling a little bit. That's 4 sand attacks. My accuracy is down quite a bit. And now I'm probably am not going to be able to hit him for like the broadside of a barn, so... I'll try one more time. Don't you dare crit. Okay, but he did not crit. And I missed. Alright, you know, we're going to switch out because I'm going to have a really hard time hitting him now. Thankfully, when you switch out, all those temporary bonus boosts or drops to your stats are reset. So if I bring Ekans back out later, he will not have 4 sand attacks applied to him any longer. Sand attack me, bro. Yeah, nice try. I'm just going to peck this one to death. Should be enough to kill him. Yep. Long, arduous battle won by Ekans there. Sadly, he only gets 40 experience points. Better than nothing, I suppose. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to defeat Falconer, actually. I will try. I will make an effort. I'm not going to promise anything. Let's go ahead and heal up the team real quick. In fact, I'm going to drop one of these for Spearow, too. I probably could just run to the stupid Pokemon Center, but I'm lazy and don't want to, so we're just going to sit here and do that. I don't have anything in the way of berries, so here's Falconer, and we are going to challenge the first gym leader, the Violet City gym leader, next time. So until that time, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully this doesn't go horribly bad and I get completely wrecked by Falconer, but I don't think that's gonna bad. I think it'll be okay. That being said, we'll challenge him next time. Until I see then, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.